want you to get ready. There where you are with your pen and your paper, no calculator, just your beautiful big brain as your calculator. So get ready. We're going to warm up and we're going to do a minute and a half of mental maths. When I say, you can start. Okay, everyone ready? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. You have a minute and a half for your mental maths. Okay, we're about halfway. And we are done. Okay, I wonder how that went for everybody. Let's look at our answers. So we did this way at the beginning, about 2-3 lessons ago, and we said, quick way to do this is to multiply the digits, 2 and 3, that's 6. And then how many zeros are there? There's 1, 2, so that is 600. 20 times 30 is 600. Question B, 5 times 3 is 15. And then we can just add the zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is 150,000. Then we go 2 times 6, that's 12. And there's 1, 2, 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros, sorry, not digits, but that's 12,000. Okay. Oh, next one, 52 times 2 is how much? 104. And we've got 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 104,000. Nice. Okay. Ubayo or Lutandu, you look like you're on the money. And now we go 12 times 6 is 72. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 720,000. 8 times 9 gives me how much? Put it in the chat. 8 times 9. Think again, it's not 81. No, it's not 81. Let's see, you can give us an answer. 72, Tara Jane. Well done. That's also 72. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 720,000. And then 6 times 5 we've had. Have we added? No, we haven't. It's actually 6 times 5 is 30, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, and we put at the end. So answer is 300,000. And then 4 times 2 is 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lots of zeros. 8 zeros. There we go. All right. Now you've got 8 questions here. As always, if you did all 8, give yourself how much you got out of 8. If you only attempted a certain number, say you attempted 6, then record that and give yourself a number out of 6. And remember, keep a record of all of that. And then you are able to track yourself and see if you're getting better at this mental math stuff. Okay. Right. So some of you, let's see, brag about it in the chat if you did well. Well done. Excellent. And good job for trying, guys. It's all about just trying. And Tara Jane says she's improving. I wonder if there's anyone else who's improving. I hope so. That would be really awesome. Don't worry, Asiman Sani. It's maybe not your day today. It is Wednesday after all. So next time, hey, next time. Lutando, is saying good job. So I wonder if he's wishing himself good job. Okay, well done, everybody. Right. So now some people have already said, oh, that long division, it was too much. So we're going to do some more. Yay, some more long division, but not too much, okay? Because that's what we do, okay? We try something, maybe it didn't go so well, we come back to it. We don't stress ourselves out, okay? We just leave it for another day and we come back. So that was Monday, now we're back. It's Wednesday. We try it again. Let's try it again, guys. So in a bookstore, 56 magazines cost 1,540. How much does one magazine cost? So I give you 2 minutes, work it out there where you are. And don't put anything in the chat yet. Just work it out in your own way. You can use a clue board, you can use long division, whichever way you want. But make a plan there where you are. See if you can work it out. We are trying to figure out if there are 56 magazines and they cost 1,540 Rand, how much does one magazine cost? Okay, I'm going to be quiet and let you think for a minute or two. Any way you want, dear. If short division works for you, you can do short division. Remember, if you are saying you don't understand, then complete that sentence for me. So I don't understand what exactly? Don't you understand the question? Don't you understand what to do? Like, help me understand what you don't understand. Because if you just say I don't understand, whew, I don't know where to start. Okay, so let's see. Does anyone have an answer? Put it in the chat if you have one. Put an answer in the chat. There could be a remainder. No, and when I see those decimals, I just know we used a calculator. We used a calculator. So you are out of the race. If you used a calculator, you are disqualified. But when I see 27 remainder 28, that looks like it could be something.
Teacher
Okay,
Meredith, are you taking hands up at the moment, or must hands go down?
No, it's not question time yet.
Okay, sure.
We will get to question time, guys, and then you can put your hand up. Don't worry. Okay, well, that's impressive if you are converting to decimals as well. Okay, so that's what your school wants. That's fine. Okay, so let's start, and we can say 1,540. We can do it different ways. Okay, we can say that 1,540, and we can do it this way, which I think many of you do it this way. And there is 56, and we're going to divide it into 1,540. In the meantime, we can also maybe write some clues for ourselves. And we can say 56 times by 10, that's going to give me 560. So 10 groups of 56 is 560, but I'm not quite there yet. I need to get to 1,540. Let's go bigger and let's double that. So let's say 56 times 20 and we double that. And that's going to give me 1,120 because I double 500, that's 1,000. I double 60, that's 120. Okay, so that looks like it might work. Can we go further? What if we go, what is 56 times 5? 56 times 5 is going to be half of 560, which is 280. Okay, so there's some clues for us already. So there's a few of you who might have used this clue board, which I think works quite nicely because you end up having to do the same thing anyway. Okay, but let's go the long division way because I think many of you do that. And on Monday, we said we start with divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So if you remember that, then hopefully it will help you to get there. Okay, so 56 goes into 154 how many times? Because it can't go into 1 and it can't go into 5, so we use the whole number of 1540. So 1540 of 154 divided by 56 is how much? How many times does 56 go into 154? Put it in the chat if you did it this way. There we go, Mbali and Babalu, you said it goes in twice. I agree. 2 times 54, not 56. 2 times 56. So now we've divided. Now we're going to multiply. 2 times 56 gives me how much? Put it in the chat if you did it this way. 112. Nice. And now we must subtract. So 154 minus 112 gives me 154 minus, it gives me 42. Nice, Dimple. And our last thing to do is to bring down. Okay, so we bring the 0 down. Now we have to say 56 goes into 420. How many times? So now already you wrote some clues for yourself here by saying 56, 5 groups of 56 is going to be 280. And 10 groups of 56 is going to be 560. So someone's saying I'm wrong. That's 7 times. So 56 goes into 420 7 times. And then 7 times 56 is going to be how much? It's a long way to get there. But keep going. We're on the right track. 392. So 7 times 56. And you're doing all of this without a calculator. So you would need some scribbles on the side here. You would need to say 56 times 7 and then do that multiplication to get the 392. Now we subtract, and what do we get? 420 minus 392 is going to be 28. So that's remainder 28. Okay. Nice, guys. Well done. I think we do one more and then we're going to leave it again and come back. Okay, let me take some questions. Okay, question time. Let's hear it. Everyone else, if you don't have a question, you can start on question 2 already. Right, Dimple, you have a question?
Ma'am, when are you going to teach us a ratio and rate?
That is in the next lesson on Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Right, Dimple, thank you. Next is Ishmael.
Good afternoon.
Hi there.
Ma'am, I got my answer. Okay, my answer is the 1,540 divided by 56. My answer is 2 remainder 24. So I want to get that. How is the remainder 28?
You said 2 remainder. What is your answer? Just repeat that. I didn't hear it.
So my answer is 2 remainder 24.
2 remainder 24. So somewhere I think you forgot to divide again. So make sure that when you said over here the 2 times 56 is 112, and that you subtracted and that you brought down. Okay, so that you did that step again. So we keep doing it until we keep going, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, until there are no more numbers. Okay, so I think you just somewhere skipped a step where you had to divide again. So just go back over your steps, following what's on the board, and then you can see where you went wrong.
Yes.
Okay, Ndia, you next. Nadia?
Ma'am, how would you put it, how would you convert it into money?
Into money?
27. Okay, yeah, like the 27 remainder 28. Okay,
so then you have to divide your 28 into 56 again, and then times it by 100. So I'm not too concerned about that part right now. So we're just focusing on getting everyone getting the steps right and getting a bit better with their long division. Okay, but you'll take it over 28 and then times by 100.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Right. One more question. Let's take Sisetu. Sisetu, you can unmute.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes. Hi there. Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah.
For the times, when are we doing it?
What?
The times.
Times. Okay, so we spent last week, we had 2 lessons on multiplication, focusing on multiplication, but when you divide, you do timesing as well. So if you want to go back to the recordings of last week, that's where the multiplication is. Okay. Right, thanks everybody. That's it for question time, so please take your hands down. If you do have a burning question, remember that you can pop it in the chat, or that you can shoot it over to Miss Courtney or Miss Nicole. They'll also be able to help you. Okay, so question 2. A total of 1,785 learners enrolled at a school. There is 1 teacher for every 35 learners. How many teachers are there in the school? So basically what we're saying is we've got all these learners, there's 1,785 of them, and we have to put them with a teacher, but each teacher can only take 35 learners, so we're making groups of 35. So how many groups of 35 can you make of 35 learners? Okay, if there's 1,785 of them. Okay, so I've got some answers already in the chat. People are saying 50, 51, someone said 411. That's going to be a lot of teachers at that school. I want you to get into the habit of checking if your answer makes sense. Do you really think that at a school there can be 411 teachers if there are 1,785 learners? Okay, so make sure you start thinking about the answer that you're getting, if it actually makes sense. Okay, because if it doesn't make sense, that's how you know you've gone wrong, and you can go back and fix it. Okay, so 1,785 divided by 35. So if you are still getting used to it or a bit rusty from the holiday, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. or I prefer the clue board, which is, let's write down some facts about 35. We're going to have to go quite high, so let's start with 10. So 35 times 10 is 350. So let's go higher. 35 times 20 is 750. Can we go 35 times 40? So we're doubling 35 times 20. That gives me 1,500. Nice, that works. Okay, so now we only 285 off from there. So we can already see. Can we go 35 times 50? What does 35 times 50 give me? I will need to add another group of 10 here. And a group of 10 gives me 1,850. I think, if I got it right. So 35 times 50 is not that. Sorry, I've made a mistake here somewhere. There we go. There's my mistake. See, always check for your mistakes. And I noticed that you guys also saw that I made a mistake here somewhere, which is good. Spot my mistakes and put them in the chat, okay? It's here, it's 20. There we go. Doubling 350 gives you 700, and then doubling that gives you 1,400. And then we're going to add another, that's 350, that's 1,750. And that's going to give us our answer. Okay. Okay. Do we all need to take a little breath there, Miss Courtney? Guys, just calm down, relax. If it's not working, pay attention, see where you're going wrong. And different people are doing different things. That's fine. Everyone's doing what's working for them. But if we're not calm, we can't do maths, okay? I think you guys know that. Okay, so I've got 50 groups of 35 is going to give me 1,750. And then I still need to figure out the rest. Okay, so let's go. 35 goes into 178. How many times? Put it in the chat. How many times? That's 5 times. Remember, we take the 3 digits. Then 5 times 35. We put it in our clue board. No, we didn't actually. But it's 175. Now we're going to subtract, and that gives me 3. And I bring down the 5, and 35 goes into 35 once. And it's 51. Well done. All of you got it. That's excellent. And we can see it from our clue board as well. We're going to add one more lot of 35s. Then we're going to get to 1,785. Okay. Good stuff. Well done, everybody. That's enough long division for today, I think. Let's go on. We'll do some more next week so that we sharpen up. Let's move on to doing something a little bit calmer, like rounding. Rounding makes me feel calm. I say that because we just create these numbers with zeros, and numbers with zeros are very easy to work with. Have you noticed that? Numbers that end in a 0 or numbers that end in a 5 are nice numbers to work with. Okay, so I see some people are excited about the rounding, sharing my sentiments about rounding. Okay, so how do we round? So if you've forgotten, you need to listen up now, okay? And take screenshots of the summary if you are you know, if you don't like rounding so much, or if you've forgotten how to do it. There's a nice summary on the board, and you're welcome to take a screenshot of it. Okay, so rounding to the nearest 10, we're going to start. Here's our number. Love the enthusiasm for rounding. Here's our number, 25,486, and we're going to start by rounding that to the nearest 10. Now, let's look at our number line. It's drawn here for us. Here's 25,485, and here's 25,480. And there's 25,490. Do you notice how we work with, we just count in fives, 80, 85, 90. So 25,486 is about here, right? So if we want to round to the nearest 10, now think about you being an ant. You're not going to walk all the way to the nearest 10 here. You're not going to go there. You're going to go here because that one is nearest, 25,490. Okay. So that's what the number is, rounded to 10. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you understood that and are happy with that. Thumbs up. If you did not understand, or maybe not paying attention because you're doing other things in the chat, then you can put a thumbs down. But then we need to listen, pay attention. Okay, wonderful. Okay, that was 10. Let's do 100. And guys, this is not new, hey? This is stuff you did. You've been doing this since grade 4. So it's not new. So don't think I'm teaching you anything new. We're just revising this evening. So let's now look at taking that same number, 25,486, and we're now going to round that to the nearest 100. So we count in hundreds, 25,400, 25,450, 25,500. Now that number, 25,486, if we look at it on the number line, it is over here. So to round to the nearest 100, we are going to obviously go to the 500, right? To the 25,500, because that's closer than 25,400. Okay. Right. I see some answers. Good stuff. All right. And let's do the last one. Rounding to the nearest 1,000. So since we are now rounding to the nearest 1,000, we're going to count 25,000, 25,500, which is the middle point, and then 26,000. So to round to the nearest 1,000, the nearest 1,000 is not 26. If we are over here, it is actually over here at the 25,000. Check again, guys. And if we are rounding to, listen carefully because I see people making mistakes. If you're rounding to the nearest 1,000, then your answer can only be 1,000, a multiple of 1,000, like 25,000, 26,000, 27,000, etc. If you're rounding to the nearest 100, then your answer must be a multiple with 100 in it, like 25,400 or 25,500. If you're rounding to 1,000, you don't have multiples of 100 in your answer anymore. So again, get into the habit of checking. Don't always rely on other people to check your answer for you. You can check, okay? So check that it makes sense. Now we're going to practice. And I've got here for you, for the next 2 minutes, you can do this. You put your number, there's your number. The first one is 25,789. You round to the nearest 1,000 and then the nearest 10,000. And draw a number line if it's going to help you until you get good at this. Then you don't need to draw a number line anymore, but otherwise draw a number line like we just did to help you. Okay, everyone quiet now, thinking. No one's typing in the chat. No one's putting a hand up. Just do some quiet work with these next questions. I think Miss Courtney, Miss Nicole, let's maybe just disable the chat for a minute or two. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look. We're just doing this number here. If you went ahead, that's fine, but everyone else, don't feel pressure to rush. We are not here to rush. We are just here to get things done well. So 45,789 to the nearest thousand. So let's draw a number line. And we've got 45,000 over here, 45,500 over here, and then 46,000. Remember, when you're rounding to 1,000, it means your number must be a multiple of 1,000. Can't have any more hundreds in it. Now, 45,789, that's probably going to be somewhere around here. So we are going to do our ant walk to the closest 1,000, which is the 46,000. Trust me, you're going to get so good at this that you're not going to need a number line anymore, and you're just going to look at the number and know. Now, the nearest 10,000. Okay, we do that in a different color. And now we have to do multiples of 10,000. So 40,000. Here's going to be 45,000 halfway, and then here's 50,000. Now, where would we put 45,789? Let's put it over here. It's definitely bigger than 45,000. Yeah, it's bigger than that. So where are we going to go? We're not going to go back to 40,000. We're going to go to 50,000. And does my answer make sense? I'm asked to round to the nearest 10,000. So my answer must be a multiple of 10,000. Ah, it's 50,000. I think I'm right. Okay. Right, guys. One more.
Teacher
We can do.
Mary-Louise,
Yes.
I was just asked, and I think better to check with you because my rounding skills are a bit rusty. But
Yeah.
I was asked, does the rule about the 1,000 apply to 10,000 and then 100,000 as well?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, last two. Those of you who want to go ahead and do this last one, feel free. Otherwise, those of you who are just really practicing today to get this right, concentrate on doing 23,189. Okay, so let's see You can give me the answer for 23,189, rounded to the nearest thousand. Pop it in the chat. Let me see. Nearest thousand. It can only be 20,000 or 30,000. What's closer to 23,189 is 20,000. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense here. It's 23,000. There we go. So what's closer to 23? I was doing the next one already. The next one is 23. 20,000. There we go. Okay. And let's do the last one. 361,902. What is the nearest thousand? Pop it in the chat. 362,000. Nice. Good. And then the nearest 10,000. So now we need to only have multiples of 10,000. Check that your answer is a multiple of 10,000 and then you know you're right. Then you don't even have to ask me. There we go, 360,000. And 361,902 rounded to the nearest thousand is 400,000. Excellent. Okay, well done, everybody. Excellent work. We are gonna probably just end it there for this evening. Miss Courtney, do you want to put the quiz link in the chat? And as everyone goes off to do their quiz, I will take one last round of questions for the next 3 minutes or so. So raise your hand if you have a burning question.
Teacher Maridy's also just a reminder to everyone not to change their username on the quiz. Otherwise,
right.
we can't find their
Yeah.
we won't
Guys,
get your scores.
So this is what we asked you to do last week. Please follow the instructions carefully. Do not change your username, because then it makes it difficult for us to find who you are, to match your quiz with your quiz results. Okay, it's impossible actually. So don't change your name. And then to view your results, I'm sure you figured it out last week already. You can go and view score. Stop complaining about the quiz. The quiz is not difficult. And you get the chance to redo it as many times as you want. Yes, you can leave and go off and do your quiz. If you have a question, I'm going to take a few questions. Okay, Siamo Tabiso. You can unmute.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, I just want to recap on the rounding for 23,189.
Yes.
So when we rounded to the nearest 1,000,
Yes.
we were looking at the 9. Yes.
No, we're not looking at the 9 for the 1,000. Where's the 1,000 value here? This is ones, tens, hundreds. The 1,000 is here. So we're looking at the 3.
Okay. Thank you.
So let's put it on a number line. And let's say, yes, 23,000. And the next 1,000 after that is going to be 24,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Now 23,000, and here's the middle, which is 23,500. So that's 23,189 is going to be more or less here, right?
Yes.
So is that closer to 23,000 or is it closer to 24,000?
Closer to
Yeah. So we're going to round it to 23,000.
3,000.
That's right. Okay. And that's what you do every time. And it's the same for when it's tens, hundreds, 10,000s. Okay. Right. Z. Z, you can unmute.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi there. What's your question?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask the question that the previous girl asked.
Okay. So do you know now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mpiwo. Mpiwo, you can unmute. Okay, Mpiwo, we do have our 5-second rule. So if you don't answer, you don't start asking. There we go. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes. Ask your question.
for the dividing,
Yes.
you said we should do the clue board. I'm used to doing this thing. I don't know if it's a bad habit, but I do 56 plus 56, then it gives me another answer. Then I use that answer, and then I plus it by 56 till I get like my answer over the one that I'm supposed to get.
Okay, so you keep adding 56. Now
Yes.
that works. I just think it might take a little bit long. Maybe try multiplying instead, because what you're doing is basically the same as multiplying, because you're going 56 plus 56 plus 56 like that.
No, right here I said 56 plus 56, which gave me 112. Then I said 112 plus 56, which gave me 168.
Yes.
And then I carried on.
On like that. So you're counting in 56, or you keep adding 56, which is the same, because look here, if we go 56 times 2, that also gives me 112. So your way works. You can do it that way, but maybe try something that might go a bit quicker. So instead of counting in the 56s, just do multiplication, because it's the same thing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.